Japan now, the government plans to declare another COVID state of emergency in Tokyo to combat a recent surge of cases. The decision comes 2 weeks before the planned opening of the Tokyo Olympics on July the 23rd. For more on that, let's cross live to our correspondent, Phoebe Amoroso in Tokyo. So tell us more about what does this latest state of emergency entail in real life?
Yes, so there's been quite a turnaround in what we've been hearing in the past 24 hours. There has been speculation that the quasi-state of emergency, which was scheduled to last until Sunday, would be extended due to cases rising. But just in the past 24 hours, it looks set to have a full state of emergency. And the reason for that is the cases in Tokyo jumped to 920 yesterday, which is the highest since May the 13th. There are concerns particularly over the Delta variant, which is said to represent around 30% of new cases. As for what these restrictions entail, there's not too much difference between a quasi-state of emergency and a state of emergency. Currently, there are restrictions on the number of spectators at sporting events and also on the business hours of restaurants. They can operate until 8 p.m. and serve alcohol until 7 under certain restrictions. Under the state of emergency, they will no longer be able to serve alcohol. We've not seen a hard lockdown in Japan. It's very much a symbolic state of emergency. People will have to take more precautions in their daily life. It's a message for them to take care. And Japan has not seen high numbers of cases as in many other developed nations. However, there are concerns because Japan lacks hospital beds for COVID-19 patients and a shortage of medical staff. And then there's an issue with vaccines. Japan has been very slow to roll out its vaccine program. It has sped this up. It's now being hit by supply shortages, and just around 15% of the population has been fully vaccinated. So there are fears over the low vaccination rates here.
In the meantime, the planned opening of the Tokyo Olympics is coming up very soon, and the latest is that we heard the president of the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, is expected to arrive in Tokyo on Thursday. Will the two sides make some major decisions regarding this big event?
Yes, there will be a 5-party meeting held this evening, and we're expecting a decision regarding domestic spectators. This is a decision that has been made again, revised over the past few weeks as the coronavirus infection situation has changed. It was currently set at a maximum of 10,000 spectators or 50% of venue capacity. But as cases have ticked up over the past few weeks and the quasi-state of emergency looks set to be continued, holding the games with 5,000 spectators seemed to be inevitable. However, with the state of emergency, there are sources saying that politically speaking, the no spectator option is the only way to go. And this is what medical experts have been warning for the past few weeks. Shigeru Omi, who's the head of the government's coronavirus panel, has said that holding the games with no spectators is the least risk. But organisers, as well as making a decision on that issue, they will also be looking into safety of the Olympic Village. There has been confirmed that some members of staff working there have tested positive. 2 members of staff and 2 contractors were said to go out to dinner, and then 2 were confirmed to be positive. Dining together is very much against the playbook rules, but the organisers released the 3rd edition of the playbook. That was very much about getting tough on compliance, so we might expect them to announce further measures, further punishment should these rules be broken. There will be more updates later this evening.